Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Chatter Cave podcast, where we are reviewing Gravity Falls.
You're the fool.
I am. Where we are reviewing a season 2, episode 12, a Tale of Two Stands. I believe is the name of the episode because I had the next episode loaded instead of having all of them. So I believe that's the name of it. It's pretty much of a backstory prequel to the series. Tells us how we got to this point of the show, but before any of the show actually happened, which I think is pretty good. It's kind of answering quite a lot of questions that we have, like who the fuck is Stanford? Why are there six fingers? Who has six fingers?
Who wrote the book?
Who ate the book? Yep. And the most important question that still is yet to be answered is, what is Zeus's fanfiction?
The biggest mystery of Gravity Falls.
Definitely.
Yeah, obviously, I agree. This is a full-on prequel story. It's a continuation from last episode, and it just obviously takes you further back to before as far back as we've ever seen in the show, and obviously gives us a backstory for Stan and his brother, explaining obviously how they got to a point where one is trapped in another dimension while one is currently running a mystery shack with fake names. And I mean, I think for adult back-to-back episodes, this was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Definitely. The last episode was great. It was outstanding, and this one is just as outstanding. Because it unravels all the mysteries. It gives us everything we want to know so far. Explains who the author is. Explains the reason why the books exist. Explains the whole portal stuff. Explains like a lot of stuff to do with the town, like little things to do with the town. I mean, like Lazy Susan's eye.
Why Fiddleford McGee is there? McBucket, not McGee.
Yeah, like what led him to the whole wanting to make that ray? Because obviously we've seen in the prequel already about him making the gun to basically erase minds and obviously the blind eye stuff, but you never really knew exactly what
pushed him
to it. But obviously, what pushed him to it was his head going through the fucking portal and seeing the beast of 1,000 eyes or whatever it is, something like that. And obviously, that's what drove him to the point of basically wanting to forget stuff. I mean, he even says when he walks away, he goes, "I need to forget this," and he's just like, well, we know where that's going. We've already seen that bit of prequel, so we know exactly where that's going." And it's like it is a really good episode. I mean, I like the idea of seeing them as kids, seeing the two different types of characters. One who's super brainy, one who's basically just a dumb jock.
Yeah. Which one are you, Tom? Dumb jock? I think. Yeah, definitely dumb jock.
I mean, you got the name of the show wrong at the start, so I feel like
I'm not a jock. I'm just dumb.
Well, you're this dumb part, yes.
I'm the Zeus.
Yes, you're Zeus, who just phones Wendy up at 3 o'clock in the... Well, not even 3 o'clock. I think I'm guessing he was on the phone to her for ages because he did tell her to clear a schedule.
Next 14 hours.
But yeah, so I do like the whole going back, giving us an actual explanation for the character, finally explaining everything we really need to know about Stan. And what's been going on with him and these mysterious moments he's had. And obviously, it gives Mabel and Dipper some closure as well as some more questions to ask going forward. I do like that. And so we also get Stan's brother for the first proper time, since obviously he came at the end of the last episode, but that was it. But then we get him fully here, obviously during the explanations, and his voice.
We kind of get to see their dynamic of what it was in the past and what it is now.
Yeah, sibling dynamic, which obviously we've been getting with Dipper and Mabel, and now again with obviously Stanley and Stanford. And as I say, I do like these two completely opposite sibling dynamics. That's pretty cool to see. And yeah, so obviously wait, which one's Stanford again?
Stanford is the Six Fingers.
Stanford, yeah, I thought it was. So obviously Stanford is voiced by J.K. Simmons. Obviously, bring me pictures of Spider-Man.
Oh, okay, yep. Thank you.
He's
I
been,
didn't know who that was.
he's been after the picture of Spider-Man for a long ass time.
Yeah. It went that insane that he started making portals to other universes.
To get Spider-Man from other universes.
Yep.
But yeah, so obviously he's voiced by him, and he's a great actor, and it's great to have him in this show to add to this already great cast of actors and actresses. And as I say, I love the idea of obviously them telling this story, explaining how they were originally, how they deteriorated over the years, how they went two separate ways. Obviously, with Stanford building the shack, but obviously in more of a work way, whereas obviously Stanley went off and kind of started doing his basically what we know him as, this obviously con man selling stuff that's basically broken. I mean, he even said he got arrested in multiple, like 2 different countries, I think it was. He's banned from so many different states because he keeps ruining people's, obviously, he keeps basically conning people, and eventually he goes to Gravity Falls to meet Stanford, and then obviously their sibling like pack completely deteriorates to the point of Stanford being sucked into this other universe, and Stanley kind of having to eventually take his identity, turn obviously this cabin into the mystery shack that we know. So we get a mystery shack origin, like how it was formed, and obviously we get to watch him like essentially bullshit this town into believing he's obviously the scientist Stanford, but actually he's Stanley. But obviously he also, we get to see the idea why there's this many obviously fake IDs he's got, why he's supposedly dead in a car accident, because obviously it's all fake, it's all just to keep basically the IDs of his life. That was him just going state to state, having to change his name to sell some more bullshit shit. And then obviously the car crash was just to cover up that character's disappearance and why he's now here. And I do like that these people in the town, you get to see them all a lot younger. So you get to see the police officer is like a fucking trainee at the shop. You get to see Lazy Susan before shit awry gets fucked up, and obviously we now know why it got fucked up. I'm pretty sure you get to the big hench like bike, the big hench dude, the biker type guy, the one in the bar. Pretty sure he's in the background. Obviously, you also get the get him, but obviously his mom going get out. So you understand that basically that's his whole family's just language, is just that simple dialogue. You also get the reporter when he's like younger, like a good, like gorgeous lock of hair.
Yeah, and you get the pizza dude who's now Pizza Boy,
and the ghosts. The ghosts, because obviously Stan Lee technically goes to obviously Dust to Dawn, the shop which we get to see in the first season. So I like that it has this is full of Easter eggs when he gets to Gravity Falls, especially to stuff we've seen across these past God knows how many episodes. So I like the fact there's all these Easter eggs, all these characters popping up, so we get to see him again, and obviously a lot younger. And I do like the fact we get the origin story for obviously the Stan we know and the Mystery Shack we know. So I like that this season slowly has been giving us these origins for stuff. So obviously, I say we got the origin for Old McBucket,
Old Man McGucket.
I like we got that. We obviously we got Stan's one, we got the Mystery Shack's one, we got Zeus's one. We got so many. The book, we got the origin story for the book now. So we've had so many different origin stories that's why I think this season so far, a lot of the more story pointed episodes have been a lot better than season one, just because they're actually explaining the show a lot more.
It's ticking a lot of boxes.
It's finally unraveling the mystery that is Gravity Falls. So I like that, and as I say, we're getting to the point now where we're finally getting towards this big finale, which obviously is slowly getting teased with a lot of stuff, like the Beast with 1,000 Eyes. It's going to come one day and destroy everything. It's like, okay,
be careful of the one with the one eye.
And now we're finally getting obviously the two Stans. So we're getting this other Stan who knows a lot more about the mystery of Gravity Falls.
Yeah.
So that's adding a bit more dynamic to the show now. There's a new character we've been introduced to, who's going to do a lot more explaining and tell us a bit more of what we probably wouldn't have been able to know if he wasn't there.
Yeah, definitely.
So it adds this episode not only obviously unravel stuff and not only wraps up some stuff, it also adds a lot more going forward because we can get a lot more stories out of this show now with the creator of the book, the person who knows everything about the mystery side of Gravity Falls. We finally get more of these tales. It's a shame it's this late in season 2. I mean, I know which episode's next, the D&D one, which I don't remember too much about. But as I say, for having these 2 back-to-back ones, the big, obviously, mystery of Stan slowly getting unraveled, and then the actual reveal of what the hell's been going on, to have them back-to-back, 2 solid episodes, no matter what happens before and after these episodes, if you know about these 2, it's going to be so hard to top. Like, definitely. It's just, it's reached its peak with these 2 episodes, like, in terms of storytelling. Yeah. I know we gave 10 out of 10s before for a lot of episodes where it's been more of just comedy and entertainment, but in terms of storytelling, this is probably the peak at the moment. Definitely.
Well, I think I know what you're giving it.
Well, you're going to go first before I give you mine?
I'm going to give it a 10.1 out of 10.
Is that even a thing?
It is now.
It is now? Okay.
No, okay. If we're doing it legitly, then it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, we're not doing the Hayden bullshit ratings.
Yep.
I'm going to mine in sync here, back-to-back 10 out of 10s for me as well.
I really think it's a mind sync. I think it's just common sense.
It is, because it's just incredible.
Yeah, it's a great episode. It's a good 2-parter.
Yes.
If I didn't give last episode a 10, it should have a 10.
It did. You did. You checked. I checked.
Okay. I don't know anymore. I don't even know what day I'm on anymore. So yeah, 10 out of 10s all around.
Yes.
So yeah, we've got our D&D episode next time, which is Dungeons and More Dungeons, our episode 13, season 2. So if you like what you see, check out all the other videos that we've done. If you don't like Gravity Falls, firstly, what are you doing here? Secondly, check out our other videos like Pokemon. We've done like It Takes Two gameplay, A Way Out, that kind of stuff. If you want to see more of me, check me out on Twitch. I sometimes stream like every once blue moon, or I've got my own YouTube channel. And if you want stuff without me, because obviously I'm horrible, stick to this channel and watch the other videos.
Yep.
Is everything said?
Yeah, you tried everything there. Well done.
Okay. Anyway, Tom, make sure you clear your schedule for the next 24 hours. I need to tell you about this fan fiction that I've made of Zeus's fan fiction for Stan and Stan, where Stan is Stanley and Stan.
If you like what you've seen, don't be afraid to throw us a little like and subscribe. That's always very appreciated over here. And, well, I'll see you on the next video.